What's up, people? What's going on? Well, it is 07:53 hours. Time's up. Just did my pre-trip. It's a nice balmy morning. A little bit of clouds, a little bit of humidity. It didn't do any good. It's only 71 degrees though. We're gonna get moving. So yeah, this truck stop. Chicken Express right over there. They got the Pilot right over there. I guess if I wanted some decent coffee, I should have tried to go over to the Pilot. Try to get a cup of coffee in this joint. Oof. So we got about 530 miles to do back to the dairy and canyon to drop this trailer off. And then I'm probably just gonna have another one right back out of there, so no biggie. I'm sure Selena would be more of the preference that I come home. But it ain't gonna happen today. I gotta go out and make some money. Guess I'm going left. Stupid sun. So we'll get back around here, get on the 45 north. Man, I slept hard too. I was out for like just over 7 hours. I was done, son. Did about 700 miles yesterday. Just out of it. It's always the thing when you come off of home time too, and you've been home for a few days. You know how it is, you don't sleep well the night before you leave. Because I got up about, I got going about 4 in the morning. I get the red light, everybody else gets green light, whatever. God. It's always that way though. The night before you leave, you always stay up late, only get a few hours sleep, and then you're all wrecked for the next day. Oh man. Yeah, so their coffee sucks, so I end up getting one of these Starbucks things. Ugh. Too sugary. I don't like it. Yeah, we'll get on the freeway here in a second. It's just right there. Back in a little bit. Let me wake up a little bit. Yeah, I just pulled over real quick. My cruise control wasn't working. A stupid radar in the front. Sometimes you gotta reset it. Sometimes you just gotta pump the brakes and it resets it, reacclimates it or whatever. Other times I actually gotta pull over, restart the truck. So I just did that. See how that does. Usually that'll work. Yeah, the guy at my shop, he's got the software thing. All you just gotta plug in and manually override it. He hasn't done it yet though. I gotta get it back in the shop, let them do that. It's like a little 5-minute fix, but I just haven't had it done. Finally, somebody told me they could actually override it. I'm like, cool, do it. Get rid of this crap. Now let's get back up to speed here and see if she works. Set. Boom, done, works, sweet. It's best to use your cruise control as much as possible, you know, keeps you in the sweet spot kind of thing. Fuel consumption, whatever, you know. Plus too, who wants to keep their foot wedged in the pedal all day? You get a little foot cramp. Can't have that happening. Sweet. Beautiful day, beautiful day. It's now 8:20. Been jamming on down the road here for a few. No word on a new load yet. I'm sure that'll come about as the day goes on. And then I got the specifics. I'm gonna go from here back up to Quanah, Texas. Quanah is about 170 miles from the dairy, so that's where I can do my ag exempt again, to ag exempt from Quanah to the dairy, pick up my next load, and then I can do 170 miles back out again too on ag exempt. So that's the way it works. So I mean, getting in an extra 340 miles off the clock, so that'll be nice. Get back out here, finally make some money again, man. 4 months of downtime with this truck. Ridiculous. But happy days, man. Back on. Positive vibes, you know what I mean? We didn't lose it. We made it. Well, as long as it keeps running right now, of course, but you know. Good times. Yep. So I'm on the 287 north, coming right now into downtown Fort Worth, going through the DFW area. Stopped off in South Dallas, fueled up the truck, put another 70 gallons in it, topped off the DEF. Start circulating some fresh DEF through it. It's one thing about the DEF, you know, if you have the means to put even just a few gallons in it, always be putting fresh DEF in it. So I didn't film the stopping at TA there in South Dallas. I pulled in there. It was a cluster F. So I just waited my time in line and fueled up and got the hell on out. So, well, there's Fort Worth again. That looks familiar. So we're gonna go up here, catch the 287 north. Come on, shit stack. Let's go. Do not feel like diverting through downtown Fort Worth right now. Gotta be on top of your game, man. going through these downtown areas, they give you the wiggle waggle. It's funny, they put 2 arrows, like these lanes go 35W, you know? And then, oh, magically it's just the right lane. It's like, God damn it. And sometimes it is rough being in a truck, because there will be people don't let you in. They're like, nope, not gonna happen today, bro. And you actually miss it. You got to go down, find a turnaround, come back. It's a big old pain in the a-hole. Thank you, that was mighty white of you. The car was back there a quarter-mile flashing at me, going, go ahead, bro. And this one too, thank you. Wow. I gotta give it to Fort Worth. They're not like Dallas. 30-mile spread, way different. Thank you. All the years I drove fuel tankers, I always love that, especially when you're empty. Anybody knows with a fuel tanker, you know, when you're loaded, you don't do much with it. You know, you get a lot of sloshing around, especially if you had airbags on the trailer, air ride. That thing would sit there and just like move around and whatever. But if you're driving an older trailer with just spring suspension on it, it was a lot more firm, didn't have as much give. But if you ever had to switch lanes and somebody wouldn't let you over, especially when I was driving a truck and trailer unit, not just a regular tractor with a long tanker, with a truck and trailer, you know, that I used to love doing that, freaking people out, because anytime you see a fuel tanker, you know, it's gonna explode. But say you had to get over and somebody wouldn't let you over, it's great. You could just sit there in your lane. You didn't get all reckless about it, but if you're empty, you could just wiggle the wheel a little bit and that back tanker would start fishing around back there pretty good. Just like a set of doubles or something like that, just, you know, wiggle wagging. Oh man, especially as a placarded fuel tanker, you'd see people freak out. They see that red flammable sign. All of a sudden, they're hitting the brakes and they're a mile back. They go, oh. You go, oh, thank you, and just, yeah, now I got over. So 287, 6.5 miles, that's where we're going. Catch that, back up to Amarillo and then down to Canyon. It's good stuff, fun times. You can see here, I got a video exporting right now for you. Gonna put that up today, it's Monday. Video's over an hour long, I know, sorry. Had a lot of junk on it that I didn't realize it was that long. I was thinking it's gonna be like 20 or 30 minutes, an hour and 4 minutes. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, screw it. If you want to watch it all, cool. If not, some people just want little 30-second TikTok videos, you know, keep their short attention span up. I guess, like, older guys, like, I don't go looking for the hour-long videos, I guess. Usually, like, if it's inside of, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. If I see something like 45 minutes long, I'm like, oh shit. Because usually, you know, you're sitting around somewhere and you got a half hour to burn, especially like you're doing your 30-minute break and you're just looking for something to watch real quick. If there's a 20-minute video, you watch that. But these hour-long videos, I know a lot of guys say they put it on and they listen to it while they're driving. You can put it in the background or whatever. It's kind of like listening to a podcast or whatever. But a lot of times with driving videos like this too, it's part of the thing if you're driving to different places, so people want to watch that. And a lot of people just like hearing the truck, you know. There's always a difference in what everybody wants to see as far as trucking videos. They want them to be informational or instructional. I got tired of making those kind of videos. Because too, if you say you make a video on how to back in or something like that, and that's all rookie shit. I don't, you know, or make a pre-trip video. We made one of those too. Oh my god, dude, like you miss something or say something. Or I remember the video of when I was hooking up a set of doubles, like, I don't know, it was like 5 years ago. I caught so much heat for that because I didn't explain things correctly. It's like, you know how shit works, you know how to do it, but you don't explain it right. Like, I don't know the proper, you know, names of parts, say, or something. You know, I call it, and it's like, when you learned how to do it, if I go back 25 years almost, and I had to explain a pre-trip, yeah, you knew, you had the booklet right in front of you with all the parts, so it's like you do all that, and it's like, you know what the stuff is. But I started calling, you know, oh, the castle nut and all this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, the thingamajig over there. I've said this for years too, like, oh, that thingamajig and the chingadera and whatever. You didn't properly explain, huh? In trucking school, this was the proper, you know, vernacular. Okay, Dr. Super Trucker. And it's like, whatever, dude. I can look at it and I know if it's good or bad, usually, you know. And two, the longer you've been driving and stuff, you do realize you get kind of complacent, that you look at stuff and it just looks normal, but you kind of haze over it sometimes, I guess. I don't know. That, because it's such a repetitious thing every day, that you got to bring yourself back down to ground level sometimes and go, wait, look at that thing, what is that, you know? Anybody out here who's been doing this stuff for years knows exactly what I'm talking about. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, I know. Like, I mean, you could actually miss, say, a broken spring. It's like, because you just hazed across it and you didn't really, yeah, like, oh, everything's good, let's go. You do get a little complacent at times. I'll be the first to admit it. But then too, give it to experience also. There's a lot of things you can look at and easily tell they're bad, whereas a rookie wouldn't be able to tell. So just a lot of little things that you can pick up on, or little ticks and hums in the motor or anything like that. You know, no, something's wrong, man. So ah, everybody out here preaching like they're perfect. I'm like, I don't know, I've been humbled so many times in trucking because I have screwed stuff up and everything, you know. I'll be the first one to own it. You know, it's like, I don't try to deny that I'm out here, I'm Mr. Perfect. It's like, no, not at all. I have been, luckily enough, I've gone all these years without, I've been safe enough and knowledgeable enough, but also humble enough as well, that I wasn't arrogant and, you know, overconfident, like, yeah, I'm the shit. That I realize that's probably what's kept me alive too, that I slow down. I try to be extra cautious. I try not to overstep stuff or be aggressive in my driving very often or anything like that, you know. I mean, I will admit sometimes the best defense is a good offense, kind of a thing, you know. You got to work the problem, get through it, you know, and you got to take some aggressive maneuvers sometimes, but you got to know how to troubleshoot, compromise, and always realize you're no different than anybody else, man. I could have a fatality wreck out here in any time, you know. It's just, something can go wrong. You can blow a tire anytime, all this kind of stuff. It's just, it's all subject to chance a lot of the time. So we're almost up to the 287 cutoff. We'll get off on that, be heading north, back up through the little Texas towns that are dying. Like I said, there's Memphis, Chillicothe, oh, what are all the other ones up there? Anyway, Quanah, all these places, tons of closed up buildings. 287 goes right through them, but you know, tons of traffic all day, but they're just kind of dying on the vine out there. The main industry, whatever they may have had back in the day, in the past 50 or 100 years, whatever their key industry group was going on, these places died off and the people moved away, and now it's just got 500 people, 1,000, 2,000 people living there. You gotta pull your ass over, dude. You see he's got a smoking tire. smell that garbage coming in the cab. So we're getting out of DFW now. But yeah, like I was saying, I always remember hooking up a set of doubles or whatever. People always criticize me about that one. I was working with a situation that day, like in a small yard where it was crappy to hook things up and everything. Did I do it perfectly? No. I just remember I caught so much grief for that though from people that I haul doubles for FedEx every day, and like one guy I remember made a comment like, I would have fired your ass if I saw you hooking up doubles like that. I was like, I don't know. I was working with what I had, man. Whatever. Everybody can eat a bag of dicks, I guess. I don't know. Can you actually imagine eating a bag of dicks? Like somebody walking over with a grocery bag full of wet little sloppy flaccid dicks, like in pickle juice or something like that, like pickled dicks. Kind of ignites the imagination there, you know. What if they were like in a big pickle jar at a bar, you know what I mean? Like pickled pig's feet and stuff like that. Sitting there having your beer, you go, yeah, give me one of those pickled dicks. And they go, oh, what ethnicity, sir? And it's just mixed in there, white, a bunch of brown ones, little ones, big ones, whatever, like that. Hey, you know what all the chicks at the bar having their beers if you say, oh, I want that big brown one over there. Ooh. Yep. So just coming into Wichita Falls. Right on back there. Now I gotta go to the left. Come on, fucker. Yeah. Thanks, worthless radar. Yeah, Wichita Falls is like the biggest city on the 287 between the DFW area and Amarillo. Got a couple truck stops, got a decent sized downtown area. I don't know the population of it. It's not as big as Amarillo and Lubbock, it looks like. You get through it pretty quick. Like I know Lubbock and Amarillo sit right around. Lubbock is like 220,000 people. Amarillo is like 190, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's maybe 100,000. You know, mid to small size city, actual sort of metro type area over there and stuff. It's funny when I come through town though, all these businesses that line the freeway right here, like I noticed coming up pretty quick, there's a church. Be right here on the right where you see the steeple sticking up, and it's literally right here on the freeway. Oh, it's over on this side. I'm sorry. It's over there because it splits. Anyway, makes me think like, yeah, Sunday morning service, traffic going by on the freeway, and the steeple is literally right there, sticking up right on the edge of the freeway. It's like guys in there just having to yell, like, praise Jesus, all crazy and stuff. You hear some truck going by, hopefully though, new videos uploaded. We're going to drop it this afternoon, and it's Monday the 4th. Going to try and start putting out videos more often again. Long truck keeps running, I stay on the road. And if this truck does break again, I've already talked about it too. If it's something major, but it's for cash, it might be time to go ahead and duck out of this truck, get one of the owner's rider rentals. That I can do a lease thing with them, you know, to still make owner-op money. It's just got to pay for that truck, but at least it would be more dependable. So if we get any more real pitfalls with this truck, it might be time to consider just getting out from under it, sell it off, because I owe less than $20,000 on it. So hey, you know, it's like used truck inventory is down. If you could just sell it off, and you know, with all the work done to it already, it's got to be some minor fixes. If somebody else is more mechanically inclined or has the means, they could fix it, keep fixing it, whatever. So I don't have to deal with it anymore, and I go run a rider truck. And yeah, I'm going to pay a pretty atrocious bill for a rider truck every month with the mileage and everything on it, but it's 100% maintenance. And if the truck goes down and they can't fix it in 2 days, they give you another truck. So you're always dealing with newer inventory of trucks that would be more dependable. So for the most part, I mean, rider trucks too, I know they just put band-aids on them and stuff like that and keep them running. Like I was running around that ProStar last week, not the best truck in the world, rides rough, everything like that. Got a 450 Cummins, automatic, you know, all that kind of stuff. Not a bad truck. Not great. Well, there's Selena texting. She's wondering if I got another load yet. Nope. She's bugging if I'm coming home tonight or not. Which, I don't mind going home, but in another way, it's like, God, I hope not. I've got some more work to do. We'll go make some money, man. As I take this back to Canyon, Deadhead, what, 110 miles home. Eat that fuel. No more revenue, no more heading back out. Get home, wait an extra day, go back out again. Yeah, it's just losing money the whole time. I could just be out running and trying to make this money up a little bit. So my first settlement I get is going to be kind of bent over the barrel. You know, I'm in the hole with the owner for money. We've taken advances and all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna have to make that money up before we start drawing our own, you know, clear settlements. So anywho, guess I'll be back in a bit. That was Wichita Falls. We're gonna head on up towards Amarillo. I'll end up stopping off at least in Quanah. I gotta switch my ag exempt status on, so save my hours, man. So we'll check back in a bit. Yeah, just coming in and Chillicothe again. take a look at my building. You're coming up here on the right. I don't know, anybody that may watch this has more access than I do looking at Zillow and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, this building always interested me. This one right up here on the right, it looks like the highest building in Chillicothe. That sits right here on the main drag on the 287 and the FM91 on the northwest corner. I don't know why, it just always struck me. That was a cool building. See, the doors are locked up and everything, padlocks on them. It's even got a little rusted up fire escape on the back end of it. I guess you'd have to maybe even call like a local realtor around here. Maybe they'd know something about it or whatever. I don't know. Make it the home of Ball and Chain Film Studios maybe, or something like that. Home of the 6'9" Mafia. Haven't used any of that stuff in a while. We started making apparel and everything for 6'9" Mafia and kind of backed off of it, I guess. Just kind of petered out. Maybe I gotta rebrand everything and get it going again. Like people have asked, you know, like, Selena's not trucking anymore. Why is it still Trucking with Selena? People just know it is Trucking with Selena. That's why we just left it. Should we change the name? I know I've asked in the past. Some people say yes, some people say no. Because we even went through a little spin there for a minute. We were talking about it. If I was gonna, since it was just me in the truck, if I was gonna actually rename the channel something else. We're, you know, Trucking with Jeremy or whatever, or Trucking with Fish, or just even have a regular name, not with trucking in it. I haven't thought of, like, I was looking at like different graphics, different pictures and stuff, and like I thought of, like, I went through a few of them too, like dead fish trucking. For some reason I found like a picture of a dead fish and used that as the thumbnail. But dead fish trucking. People always said when I crack jokes and everything, I'm always like deadpan, so I thought like deadpan fish. That was another one that went through my head. I was like, I don't know. Selena doesn't really want to change the name of the channel because, you know, she likes her name being involved in it. Like, you know, it's been quite some time since we've been on the truck together and all that kind of stuff. And obviously things evolve and things move on, and we're at where we're at. That our days of driving team again and stuff are pretty much done. Not just because, you know, like, it couldn't happen again, but, you know, it's just gotten to that point. Health issues, watching after our health better. Not me right now, of course, I'm still on the road, but like Selena, she's been dieting and starting to take off weight. She was just telling me she's lost about 10 pounds. So keep after that. Of course, as people that have kept up with us know, she's had 2 pulmonary embolisms. That was something else that drove the decision. It's better off that she probably just not be on the road and as unhealthy anymore. So there was that. And I don't know. You guys can comment. You can let us know what you think. Think we should change the name of the channel? I mean, only because I've seen some comments more recently of like, well, yeah, we had them like, why is Trucking with Selena if she's not in the truck? I don't know. But I get it. But then again, people have known us as Trucking with Selena for the past, you know, several years now. So it's like, you know, no big. So I noticed too, we did change the name last year when we thought we might be off the road for good. We were looking to buy another business. That we changed it to JSN for the Jeremy Selena Network for a little bit, and we were going to start doing some other types of videos and stuff, and it just we actually started losing subs right away because it was like, what is this? So people just want to watch us for trucking videos. Cool. Maybe I could start another side channel, side hustle channel of doing other stuff. I don't know. But trucking seems to be what toes the line on this channel, even though we haven't added any new subs in forever. But it's all good in the hood. So that was my building in Chillicothe again. If anybody wants to make donations and buy it for us, that'd be cool. So I'll be up here in Quanah in just a little bit, and I'll be stopping there, switching over, and going ag exempt back to the dairy. So good times. All right, check back. What's up, you bunch of mother scratchers? Well, I am in Amarillo right now. I got into Canyon last night, dropped my milk tanker back off, and was given options. Do I want to run more milk, or do I want to go back out on a reefer load? I said, well, that depends on what you guys need me to do, and you know, I know I make okay money doing the milk. He goes, well, we got a load, it's going to be done early morning. Reefer, going to Ohio for 7 G's. I said, aight, that sounds a little bit more profitable than milk, so why not? So I went and dropped my trailer, bobtailed over someplace to park, went and picked it up this morning. Of course, when I picked it up, I'll show you right now. You can see in the mirror, look at the reefer little light unit there is orange or amber. Okay, so it's got a alarm 52 talking about a bad heating circuit. So I went to the main place that he deals with here in Amarillo, King Country Trailers. Went over there, talked to the mechanic. He came out and took a look. He figures it's probably a 3-way valve. But the 3-way valve, it gets like almost egg-shaped over time, and what happens is the valve can't properly shut to allow defrost to happen. So he says probably it's okay to run and everything, it's just not going to defrost. You can still go run your load because it is loaded. He goes, if we try to tear that thing apart, then, and then he just told me straight up too, he goes, we don't have any 3-way valves here. There's a national back order for these parts and stuff, all kinds of stuff they're short on. So then over here they're saying too, well, it could be that, but we got to take a look because it might just be a solenoid coil or something like that too. So, you know, as far as things play out. So here I am. It is 10:47 in the AM. I did stop off and pick up food on the way here. I picked this load up this morning about 7:30. Screwed around with the trailer trying to clear that alarm several times and stuff, kept coming back. So here I am, hanging. They just put one truck in. I don't know which one over here. Put the Thermo King bays. They got 2 bays. So they got to get, there's one guy ahead of me. They got to pull one of those guys out, get him in there, get the second one out, and then I go in. So, and then when I got my paperwork this morning, I saw the load had 2 drops on it. I'm going to Woodbridge, Illinois, and then Lima, Ohio. So the rate was still coming in at like, what, 35 miles for 7 grand. Of course, I get 70% of that 7 grand, so I'm getting 4,900 for it, but it still comes out to 367 a mile to me for all the miles, so not too shabby. So instead of going to run a milk, here I am, back in the shop, down again. At least not the truck. That I can be very happy about. The truck is running good. Okay, there goes one guy out the hole. Sweet. Oh, they got 3 bays. Oh, 4 bays. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought she said they just were using the 2 bays. But there's trailer repair down on the end there, 2 bays, front ends, and 4 for reefer units, it looks like. What did I tell you about reefer units? They be breaking all the damn time. So hopefully they come out and get me here pretty quick. And nice beautiful day in Lubbock, God, Amarillo. Yeah, I went to bed last night, just cracked the windows and opened up my little port vents. Got down in the low 50s last night. Sleep with the truck off. That was wonderful. I slept like a rock. As soon as my alarm went off to go get the load this morning, popped right out of bed. Well rested, felt good. So waking up, you know, like I've tried to do it several times where I sleep with the truck off over the summer, thinking, you know, it's going to be down like to 72 tonight, maybe, you know. But you know, when you're in a truck, it's all stuffy and everything. Even if you try to leave the windows down, doing whatever, and just never works out. The truck's always stuffy, so you end up running it even when it's 70 degrees out, but you got humidity, so you can't do it. So, anywho, this is where we're at. See if we can get in a shop here in a few and get it worked out. All right, check back. What's going on, people? Just wrap this one up real quick. I made it up to it turned out the trailer had a bad valve and solenoid, so they replaced all that. I was there about 6 hours because they had to drain all the Freon, and because the valve was bad and it was closed shut, it had to like drip out basically, so it took extra long to get the Freon out. Was the whole issue. I was there so long, otherwise everything took about an hour. So anywho, got fixed, got up into Oklahoma, up on the turnpike on the 44, finally crashed out there, and I guess you'll see that in the next one. I guess I'll, you know, spoiler alert, I'm actually in Chicago right now. I didn't finish any video. I suck. So we'll wrap it up on that. More to come. I don't know. I filmed a little bit on the way up here and stuff, and I'm heading over to Ohio. So we'll be back in a bit. Out.
With turquoise and real diamonds. Fuck!